Ladies and gentlemen, your Philadelphia 76ers just finished off their game against the Brooklyn Nets coming back home. So you guys know with the way the Sixers have been going at the Wells Fargo Center, things went pretty good for us. Guys, I'm in Parceo Philly, uniting all through sports and culture here in the beautiful city of Philadelphia. And today, we're going to review the Sixers versus the Nets. But don't go anywhere, guys, because you don't want to miss this whatsoever. Let's get this started, shall we? Yeah! Alright guys, before we move any forward here real quick guys, I just want to say thank you so much for tuning into my channel here guys. It really means a lot to me. But guys, we are trying to grow at Parceo Philly here in the Philadelphia sports landscape, and I could use your guys' help, honestly guys. Help me out by liking this video, subscribing to this channel, hitting the bell button for notifications, as well as sharing this video and this channel to help me grow. But that is right, the Sixers facing off against the Brooklyn Nets. And you know what, before we start this off guys, real quick, I just wanted to commend the Brooklyn Nets and commend Kenny Atkinson real quick, because guys, if you remember, the Nets probably pulled off one of the worst trades in NBA history, and probably in sports history, when they felt as if they were right on the doorstep of an NBA championship, and they traded for Paul Pierce, Jason Terry, and KG, all guys who were aging, and literally gave up their whole every valuable asset they had. They gave to the Boston Celtics, and that really delayed the Brooklyn Nets. But now you fast forward to now in 2020, and the Brooklyn Nets are a much more viable team. Kenny Atkinson, built a team that believed in his system and fought night in, night out. You saw last year they made the playoffs. No one saw that coming. The development of D'Angelo Russell last year, which eventually led to him getting that max contract from Golden State. But then also you got, Jared Allen, Spencer Dinwiddie. And then, in the offseason, they upgraded what it looked like at the point guard position, getting Kyrie Irving in replacement of D'Angelo Russell. And, of course, signing Kevin Durant, but we won't see him this year probably. But, going into this game, Brooklyn Nets were in the 8th seed with 18 wins this year. And it's still a tough matchup to go up against when you play Brooklyn. Earlier this year, we played Brooklyn up in the BK, up in Barclays, and we were without Joel Embiid, and it was at the time where the guys really did not know how to play without Joel Embiid, and they took care of us. Now in this game here, we were coming off a 2-game road losing streak, right? Getting back home. You guys know the success the Sixers have when they play at the Wells Fargo Center. And we expected them to get back to it. Get back to winning. Play pretty good. Still no Joel Embiid. Other guys, he stepped up. We've seen guys stepped up in Joel Embiid's absence. So we really wanted nothing less than a win. But let's dive right into this game here. Because right off the bat, the Sixers, their shots weren't falling. Of course you guys would say obviously. But they really were not falling. And they were just taking bad shots. And Al Horford, I do not want him shooting a 3 unless he is wide open. Like, Al needs to be on an absolute island for me to say, Al, shoot! I do not need to see Al Horford taking 9 threes in one game. Like, I don't need any of that. So don't do it, Al. Please do not do it. But the shots weren't falling. But, of course, you guys know defensively, that's our bread and butter right there. And the defense was working. We were getting steals, we were getting blocks, we were getting those defensive rebounds, and we were converting them into fast points. You guys know that the Sixers love to play tough defense, get those turnovers, and get that quick transition going. And, of course, behind Ben Simmons, they were able to do that. Ben Simmons was really working in that first quarter, leading the charge with the quick transitions, and things were looking good. Then came the second quarter. And the Brooklyn Nets were shooting the lights out. They shot 57% from the three-point line in the second quarter, and they were able to get that lead. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I was a little worried here. Goddamn, we're getting outshot yet again, and how are we going to be able to combat this? We don't have the shooting power to combat high efficiency shooting. And Spencer Dinwiddie would lead the charge for the Brooklyn Nets. Spencer had 26 points on the night. He shot 37% from the field, knocking down 3 threes. Honestly, guys, from what I saw, this is Spencer's backcourt. In all honesty, this is Spencer's backcourt. Kyrie is not looked the same at all. And I have a whole theory on it, but ever since, that whole bullshit was going on in the finals, the drama between Kyrie and the Cleveland front office and LeBron specifically, like ever since that, like Kyrie has not been himself. Like you don't see the same like positive, like the smiling Kyrie, dishing the handles, looking all confident out there like that, like those Cleveland days. I have not seen that from Kyrie. The Boston, the 2 years that he spent in Boston, like I don't know what went down, but it just ended really, really sourly. And now that he's in Brooklyn, he's got a little more money. He's closer to home. He's from North Jersey. This essentially was, sold that this was his team especially until KD came back. Like him and KD would create another power team. But I'm not seeing the same Kyrie. I'm seeing a good player. He's a good player, but he's not playing up to his potential. He would get 14 points for the Brooklyn Nets, but that would not be the real threat. Between Spencer, between Taurean Prince, and Jarrett Allen, Brooklyn was working it. Brooklyn was absolutely working. Jarrett Allen really has developed into a fine center. All right, third quarter again. The Sixers and the Nets will get back and forth, and then Tobias Harris started going off at the end of the third quarter. And in the beginning of the fourth quarter, that's when the Sixers would start their comeback and taking the lead. Took the lead and did not look back. Behind the shooting of Tobias Harris, Furkan Korkmaz was big as well. Ben Simmons as well came up big in the fourth quarter. Behind the scoring of those three, the Sixers got back into it. And of course, they played defensively. Josh Richardson played a huge defensive role, as well as scoring 15 points. And yet, you still got production from Al Horford. He finished with his 14, 8 boards and 6 assists. But Tobias Harris really was the difference maker we needed. He took those hard shots that we needed to get. And behind those guys, the Sixers were able to get the victory. And it's funny because the previous game against the Indiana Pacers, we lost that lead in those last couple minutes that eventually led to our losing to the Pacers. And in this game, those last couple minutes, the Sixers stepped up big in those last couple minutes to get the victory. And that is great. It is absolutely great. The Sixers made the adjustments and bounced back. The same situation you had the previous night. You bounced back, made those adjustments, and you got the victory here. Now, here's my issue here. It's great that you were able to correct your mistakes and get the victory in the same situation you had a previous game. But this win was at home. And that loss was on the road. It's the same problem you've had all season long. It's funny because both the Flyers and the Sixers cannot win away from the Wells Fargo Center. Since when has the Wells Fargo Center been a good luck charm? Like someone who lived through to the 2010 Stanley Cup Finals, the 2001 NBA Finals. Like, since when has the Wells Fargo Center been a lucky charm? I think, I really think that the Sixers put some sort of voodoo. The Sixers and the Flyers put some sort of voodoo in that new scoreboard, because there has to be some sort of explanation of reason why both the Sixers and the Flyers do so much better at the Wells Fargo Center this year. It's absolutely crazy. But again, I love what I saw here from the Sixers. But you gotta do this on the road and at home. And here's the thing, like obviously when you're at home, like the home crowd cheering for you makes you feel a little bit more comfortable, right? It's a little less daunting of a task, trying to give it your full effort when, the crowd is cheering you on and it intimidates the opponent, right? But when you're on the road, you don't have that crowd behind you. And you have sometimes an even daunting crowd than what you have back here in Philly. I really think that the problem is that these guys are not as close as they need to be in order to win those games. Like in those situations when you are down, like the Pacers game is a perfect example. You have to stick with each other. You got to look at each other and be like, "Yo, we got this. We got this." I'm just not getting that right now on the road. And it's really the issue right now. The road woes are an issue right now because it's the same personnel and they're not doing much different things on the road and at home. And we're getting different results. Let's talk about some of these players. And of course, I want to talk about Tobias Harris. Like, Toby really went off. Like, 34 points, 10 boards, 3 assists. Like, this is the Toby we need. We need someone to be that killer. That Mamba mentality I constantly tell you guys that I want in some of these players, specifically Ben Simmons, but we're not getting it. And Tobias Harris is back on right now. Absolute great performance by Tobias Harris, making those crucial shots in the end to help us get the win. Josh Richardson stepped up big in the defense. And Josh Richardson, we need to go shopping. I do not want to see another Juve jersey on you. I get it was probably autographed by Sami Khedira or someone who plays for Juve. But like I know I'm a Monopoly fan. I really hate that he wore a fucking Juve jersey. But you know what? Wear a Union jersey. Like, you have a whole soccer team in your town, in your city. Wear that jersey. Ben Simmons at times took the charge here in this game as well. Like I mentioned, the first quarter shots weren't going down for the Sixers, and he led the charge with the defense again. And that was great. And it was absolutely great. He led the charge, and he finished with a nice stat line as well. He got his 20 points. This is now 2 straight games that Ben Simmons has scored at least 20 points. That's great, Ben. We still need you to shoot, Ben. We still need you to shoot. Real quick, I want to touch upon too. I was watching the post-game conference with Brett Brown, and someone asked him about all the close games the Sixers have had and how Brett Brown really loves those. And he really it seems as if he really tries to prepare and plan for all these close game situations. And I will say that this is good that the Sixers are going through this right now. Like, you're going to probably go through close games in the playoffs. Like, let's be real. And it's important now that the Sixers figure out how to win in close games. And you don't have a Jimmy Butler, you don't have that star who will say like, "Give me the ball" with the last couple of minutes left. It's a good thing that they are winning some of these close games more often than not. So that's a plus. But we still need to figure out consistently who's going to take those last shots. Like, they've been able to just hold on to the lead. But what are you going to do in the last second? You need 2 to win. And you got 5 seconds left. Who's going to take that shot? That's an interesting point that we have to ask ourselves as Sixers fans. All right, the last little tidbit before I sign off here for this game. I want to talk real quick about the Players Tribune article with Joel Embiid. If you guys didn't see, he had an article in the Players Tribune talking about stuff that's going on in his life right now, and of course the highlight was him talking about the criticism and him talking and how he wants to win a bleeping championship. One thing I will say, Joe, to me, needs to just not worry about what people think about him. Like, he's talking about how he doesn't want to do any of the memes, any of the social stuff that we know and love him to do. Like, Joe, be yourself. Like, we just get upset when you're not performing on the court and it seems like you're giving up. At times, you let situations get the best of you. And he's also talking about how in today's NBA, you can't play like a Shaq or Hakeem. You kind of have, honestly. You kind of in a day and age where everyone's trying to space the court and everyone is trying to just shoot the lights out. You got that skill that is still pretty valuable today. And if only we were a higher shooting percentage team, his skill set would absolutely flourish. If you just had 4 guys on the court that can shoot the lights out, and Joel Embiid is down there grabbing boards or grabbing outlet passes, while he's wide open, I definitely disagree with some of the stuff that Joel Embiid said in that article. I just definitely think that JoJo just needs to just not get in his head. Just go out there, have fun, be yourself. That is what the best NBA players are doing today. Because you can't, in life, if you want to do something different, you want to be special, you can't allow what other people say get to you. Be yourself. Who gives a crap what other people think? Be yourself. And if you keep this relentlessness and you just play Joel Embiid basketball, I guarantee we will win a championship. But we got to fix some stuff. Guys, next up for the Philadelphia 76ers, we are back at it on Friday night. We'll be back home facing off against the Chicago Bulls. Not the same Chicago Bulls that we are used to. But they're still going through a little bit of a rebuild as well. Honestly, I want to see Zach LaVine. I've been a big fan of Zach LaVine. Around the time, a little before he got hurt with the Timberwolves, So I'm going to be interested in seeing Zach LaVine play for the Chicago Bulls, see how his development has been going. I'm going to try to get a review video up. I will be in Reading, Pennsylvania this weekend. So, yeah, I'll be out there. Don't ask why. But I will definitely try to get a review video out there, guys. Guys, let's talk Sixers. In the comments below, let me know how you guys felt after this win. What's your mindset right now? I know we got a nice win against the Nets, but there's still issues with this team, and I get that. But what do you guys feel right now? Let me know in the comments below. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in. It really, really means a lot to me. I appreciate it so much. But guys, we are trying to grow at Parceo Philly here in the Philadelphia sports landscape, and I honestly could use your guys' help to grow. Help me out by liking this video, subscribing to this channel, hitting the bell button for notifications, as well as sharing this video and this channel to help me grow. And guys, if you want to follow me on the platforms of social media, you can also do that. Follow me on Twitter at Parceo Philly. You can also follow me on Instagram at L_Parcero_Philly. You can also find me now. We've expanded the social medias now. We are on Facebook if you want to find me on there. As of right now, I'm having issues with Facebook. I don't understand why we are having these issues, but they will not allow me to change my name. As if you guys know me from day one, I used to go by Johnny Sports Talk. And with my whole brand changing, I decided to go with the name at Parceo Philly. And Facebook doesn't like that I made a name change for my brand, so they are not allowing me to change to at Parceo Philly. But if you want to find me on Facebook, I am posting stuff on there. It's Johnny Sports Talk. I have a page there if you guys want to check that out. Definitely give that a like for sure. Help me out there. And I'm on TikTok now. Guys, if you want to see some funny Philly sports takes, you want to see me act the fool, I just like to have fun, guys. You can find me on TikTok as well. I'm El Parcero Philly. So you definitely don't want to miss those TikToks I've been putting up. So definitely check me out on there. And guys, until next time, I'm El Parcero Philly telling you guys to always trust the process. Talk to you soon, guys.